It makes more than 500 and less than 1,000 horsepower, and that's all the information you're gonna get. So basically every friend that I have has turned wrenches on this thing. So this has really turned into a community.
Full Metal Canvas.
My name's Eric DeWitt. Everybody calls me Dewey. I grew up in Michigan. I live in Tennessee. I'm kind of a man of the world. So my car is a 1995 Impreza L. It's referred to as Boogeyman. I didn't name it. The competition named it before it showed up because they thought I was bullshitting about this car ever existing, and then one day it showed up and it was coined Boogeyman. All right, essentially what it is a base model Impreza with a JDM version 9 drivetrain. So it's swapped, already turbocharged. It's kind of like a Japanese domestic market GC, but we never got those here, so kind of got to build it yourself. Other than that, it's set up for street modified, so very basic aero, 255 width, 200 treadwear tires is all I'm allowed, and it makes an absolute ton of horsepower. I work for IAG and with IAG on the power plant with this. It's now a 2.3 liter D-stroker, so it's a 2.5 liter with a 2 liter crank. We shift around 9,300 RPM. It makes more than 500 and less than 1,000 horsepower, and that's all the information you're gonna get. Other than that, we just made a new splitter. It looks fantastic. I'll mess that up at least twice this weekend. And yeah, it's just pretty straightforward. Still 6-speed manual. We run it on a Haltech ECU, BorgWarner EFR 8474 turbo on it, Fuel Lab fueling. All my valves and stuff are done by Go Fast Bits, and EBC with the brakes. Oh man, me and this car go way back, okay? And the reason we go way back, I was doing time attack in a 2005 STI, and I wanted to build a GC for street modified to move up just due to the way the rules worked. It kind of worked out that way to where Subarus would fit in a little better there. And my background has always been in Subarus. My wife came from Subarus. My job comes from Subarus. Everything, like almost anything good in my life comes from Subarus. But I ended up getting a tumor in my head, okay? I had to remove this tumor. And when you get a tumor in your head, you start thinking about life a little differently. So this turned into this insane project between me and a few guys at 6-Star Motorsports to get this thing together right after I came back from the tumor. And like the second I could start walking again, we put this together in like a month and a half. So I ran for like 2 years without any paint or anything on it. It was ugly, but dude, it was fast. And it was just one of those, you start looking at life a little differently. Like, I want to do this now, I'm not gonna put it off. And it's not so much a part of the car, or something that the car does that's a favorite part of mine. It's more the community around this car that has helped me keep this going or got involved and kind of saw the dream, you know, and that's been expanded. You know, I have my tuner that's helped me out, all the guys over at 6-Star way back in the day. Now that kind of transferred over into IAG now that I work there. So basically every friend that I have has turned wrenches on this thing. So this has really turned into a community. And then past that, a lot of people know about that and recognize the car. It's really cool when I'm talking to somebody in like Australia and they'll start telling me about my own car. Like, oh dude, yeah, there's this guy over there, he runs a GC, it's like got pink and blue and he calls it Boogeyman. It's like, dude, that car's so fast, like I want to build something like that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my car. What? And they just lose their shit, and that is why I stick with this, because that moment is so worth it. The thing I least like about this car is when I had my tumor and we put this thing together in a hurry, we committed a lot of sins. And I pay for those sins every single event. I am wrenching on this thing for stuff I shouldn't be wrenching on. It's actually been fairly reliable from the things you think would break. It's all the stuff that shouldn't break breaks. And I'm still going through and fixing a lot of that stuff. Spaz, when did I start doing time attack? Are we 9 years now? Something like that. I fart dust. What was the first year? What was the first year?
2017.
No, because Graham won 16. It's been since 16. And I was with Graham. That's when I started with. So what the fuck? How many years is that? 20, fuck, I'm old. 7, 8? 8? Yeah, 8 years. 8 years. I've been doing time attack for 8 years. But what's kept me here has been this community. Okay, this community is the reason I do it. The shit talking with the drag racing community was a lot of fun, and I brought some of that to this, but the community with the track battle series and just grid life in general is so good. The rivalries are there, but we would pull parts off of our own car and screw ourselves to make sure like our direct rivals could win. Like it's just a completely different environment. My favorite Subaru stereotype? Like, not my least favorite, but my favorite? God, I hate most of Subaru stereotypes. I just hate them. I literally spend all day trying to disprove them. Oh, what grinds my gears more than anything? The head gasket. Because only 2.5 NAs have head gasket problems. And don't get me wrong, they're bad, okay? But the rest of Subarus, they don't have, head gasket failures aren't a big, or any more common than anything else. The head gasket thing drives me up the wall. Like, you make anything with a 2-liter make 600 horsepower, you're on the edge of head gaskets, you know what I mean? That's not a Subaru problem, that's a 4-cylinder problem. Words of wisdom, here's a good one. Don't go into Subarus because it's the right answer, go into Subarus because you love it. I try to tell people this all the time. If you want the right answer to go to the track with, probably isn't a Subaru. The right answer is actually like a Corvette or something like that. But I love this. I love this. I shouldn't love it. It causes me a lot of pain, but I love this. I love it so much. If you ever want to hit me up, I'm easy to get a hold of. I'm Dewey WRX on Instagram, Eric Dewey DeWitt on Facebook. You can call me up at IAG and ask for Dewey, or basically just in any social media platform, start screaming about some jerk named Dewey and they'll tag me. Got these two in because what was happening is right about here, you can almost see it, it cracked. So it started going down the straight. It was really rough. So yeah, we ended up adding these in and give us a lot more support.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then the car it just went. We threw a couple more pounds of boost at it. We're not anywhere near where this thing's maxed out. And I just, Group B rally car sent the shit out of it. But we got some improvements to make. Do you see our cool hole in the radiator? This is what was fucking us. Check this out. That's my finger in my radiator. Okay, so we JB welded the shit out of that, and at every session, it kept leaking, and we kept having it. So I only got one lap every time it went out.
Oh,
or it
man.
started leaking.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I mean, dude, this was it's massive team effort. Like honestly, my team won this. I put it together out there, but it was everything that happened here was what made this work.
Oh, man,
We had to weld
so
the header
cool.
shut. We had a nice engine fire. That was fun.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it melted our inner tie rod end and our sway bar bushing. So I had to do just say screw it. I'm welding this thing together, and it's coming back off with the Sawzall.
So when's your next race?
Mid-Ohio. Shit, I don't know. I think I got like a month and a half. So I got a lot of shit to do before that.
But you'll find a way. You usually do.
I always do.
That's all awesome, man. Well, congratulations, man, on the win.
Thanks,
And
dude.
we'll see you in Mid-Ohio.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm so fucking tired. I just want to sleep.
I don't regret
all the time that I spend, counting blessings. I don't give a fuck about who next. Till I fuck my whole check up in this bitch. I recluse for the time being. Off these cups that don't ain't much else to see. And them whole scene flocking on the fucking net whole time, stomping on these niggas next. I got plenty time, I might start it out. I got money signs, she might fuck me now. I got all the time left in the world, let the world know how I'm coming out. I got time, don't have time, and I don't